Welcome! Yay! It's episode 2 of the Happier Half Hour. Our goal is to have a little bit of fun when we could all use an extra smile. And along the way, we're going to try to put a spotlight on some of our favorite small businesses and charities and the people that we love. You can check out all of our episodes if you go to our website at strategycore.com/H3. And I have one word for today's episode: cupcakes are awesome. So if you are like me and you are working from home and you're on a all-you-can-eat diet, this episode is for you. Or maybe you're working at home and you're homeschooling and you can't even watch Frozen one more time. So today you will be homeschooling like a boss. So my guest today is Courtney Hunter. She is a mind-blowing cupcake artist, and she's also the owner of the Flower Bakery. Courtney, introduce yourself to everybody. Let us know a little bit about your bakery and the charity that you're spotlighting today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me, Dave. Again, my name is Courtney Hunter, and I'm coming to y'all live from the Flower Bakery, aka my kitchen. So it's a home bakery, and my husband and I make buttercream flour cupcakes. So I'm really excited to teach folks a little bit more about how to make the buttercream today, and then to give you a little spotlight on some of our products. So one of those actually I've got right here. So this is a flower bouquet that we traditionally put together. So you can kind of see the inside. We've got some. Are you okay, Dave?
Oh, those are amazing. It's like no way that those are cupcakes. They look real.
They are cupcakes, yeah. So I'm going to show you all a little bit of peek behind the scenes of how to kind of achieve maybe some of these at home with kids. But yeah, we've got some hydrangeas, some roses, so all kinds of fun stuff that we make at the Flower. And then as far as the charity that I'm supporting today, I chose St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So that's an organization, yeah. It's amazing. They're leading the fight against pediatric cancer. Families never have to pay St. Jude for anything when their child has a cancer diagnosis. So it's an amazing organization and one that's really close to my heart.
And you'll see down at the bottom of the screen, there's a Donate to St. Jude button. If you're so inclined today, click that button and make a contribution. And we're going to jump in and have some fun. So Courtney, teach us all how to be so awesome with cupcakes like you are.
Yes, well, I'm super excited. So step one, you have to have the foundation, right? So if you want to get into some more intense like decorating techniques and that kind of thing, we're going to get into one little behind the scenes on that in a second, but you have to start with a really stiff American buttercream. So I've already got a couple of things set out here to show you guys how to make this. That stiff buttercream is what's going to hold the flowers. It's what's going to hold its shape, and they're not going to like wilt and be wilty flowers because nobody wants wilting flowers. They want nice, pretty, stiff flowers. So I've already got a couple things set out. I've got our powdered sugar. So I've already gone ahead and sifted that with a fine mesh sifter. I've got our butter at room temperature. So this is a super important step to have that butter at room temp, or else you'll be fighting your mixing bowl and that's not going to be fun. So room temp. So basically the equation here is 2 parts sugar, 1 part butter. So it's pretty easy to remember. So I've got, some of y'all aren't going to want to hear this, but it's 2 pounds of sugar and 1 pound of butter. So yeah, it's a pretty simple equation. What I've also got, kind of a little secret to my success to make it a little bit of a creamier consistency than just that sugar and butter, boiling water. And we're going to hit that at the end. So what I'm going to start by doing is just adding our butter to the mixer here. So I like the paddle mixer. It's just going to kind of be a little bit like stronger and sturdier for you rather than a hand mixer that it kind of makes your arm tired. So let your thing do. So first we're going to hit the butter around the mixer for like 10-15 seconds or so, if that. So here we go. Just enough to kind of break it up. Okay, great. So we got our butter in there. I got my water boiling. So next, we are going to add the powdered sugar, the confectioner's sugar. So again, this is already sifted. And the reason that we sift it is to just make sure that there aren't big clumps coming through in our buttercream, because that won't go through a piping bag very well. So here we go. I like to take this out, makes it a little bit easier. So here we go. So a lot of sugar. If you're trying to do any sort of quarantine, like health kick, good on you. But that hasn't really been my scene. I've just been mixing cupcakes and eating frosting. Okay, so we've got all of our sugar in there. So what we're going to look for is for this to kind of come together in one big clump. But it's going to take a second. So it's going to take like 3 minutes. Big recommendation, use some sort of guard or something along these lines, like a kitchen towel or something like that, to make sure the powdered sugar doesn't explode up at you. And I'm speaking from experience there. Okay. So we're going to give this just a minute to kind of cruise through. And as far as the vanilla goes, kind of crazy. There we go. As far as the vanilla goes, you can add different types of flavors to buttercream. You could add like a peppermint extract around Christmas time. I've done that before. And you could add like a different powder, like an espresso powder, or lemon zest could make it like a really nice clean buttercream flavor. But I just like vanilla. And I get these giant bottles at Costco because vanilla is so expensive. So I've fought the good fight at Costco a few times to get my giant bottle of vanilla. It's worth it. So right now we're kind of like a breadcrumb consistency, so we're not quite there yet. We're getting pretty close. Yeah. So again, I appreciate you guys supporting St. Jude today. It's an amazing organization, and a friend of mine, her name's Jessica here in Nashville. She's actually a pediatric cancer survivor. She just got married a couple of years ago, and so St. Jude honestly saved her life. She was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia when she was 9 years old, and was declared cancer-free when she was 11. So she's a dear friend of mine. So I really appreciate you guys supporting St. Jude and wanting to give back to that organization. So just wanted to say thank you again. Okay. When your mixer kind of starts to like talk back at you and it's kind of like struggling, you know you're getting there, because again, this is like a really stiff, heavy buttercream because it's a lot of butter. So we're getting pretty close here. And sometimes giving it a good scrape with like a rubber spatula is a good way to kind of break things up and keep it going. But we're almost to the point where it is all together. Getting close. And then peek behind the scenes, what I'm going to be showing you guys in just a second is a rainbow rose. So this is a great thing to do at home with kids. And it really like pops and wow your friends and family when we come out of quarantine, when you're taking this to all kinds of dinner parties. The rainbow rose is a crowd pleaser. Okay, so we're in one big clump right now, so I'm going to kind of lift this up and show you guys. Right now we've got this giant clump of icing on our paddle. So what I'm going to do now is just hit it with a little bit of boiling water to get a better consistency for piping. So I've got my boiling water. So I'm going to pour that into my teaspoon here. Just a teaspoon will do it. And I'm going to put this on high speed and mix it up. Awesome. And then I'm going to add my vanilla. And we are going to be good to go. Awesome. So I'm going to bring this over so you guys can see. It's a better like consistency now. You can see that it's got kind of like a much more icing-like feel than it did a second ago, and that boiling water really helps. So that's how you make buttercream. Any questions from the group? Dave, any questions, or can I go on to the next thing?
No, keep going. I love the peppermint idea. So why didn't I think of that? That sounds perfect.
Right around Christmas, that's definitely a crowd favorite.
Somebody call the food. Somebody call the Food Network. You need your own show, girl. Come on, this is awesome. Stop
it! You're making me blush. Okay, part two. This is where you're going to be the hero of your next gathering, next party, or of homeschooling today, as you guys are at home. So we're going to learn to make one of these. So these are a buttercream simple rose. So I've got that here in kind of this white and pink, and I've got some of my other flowers that I've got going out later today. But I'm going to show y'all how to do the rainbow. So I've gone ahead and I've put all of our different color buttercreams into these different piping bags, and I've got saran wrap. I've got my Wilton 2D piping nozzle. So it says on the piping nozzle what the number is, so that's going to give us our rose effect. Piping bag and scissors. Scissors, but y'all probably know what those look like. Okay, so I've got my saran wrap. So what I'm going to do with these different colors is I'm going to go ahead and pipe just a nice, neat line onto the saran wrap. So you see I've got my red right there. Next is going to be orange. So the reason that I do it out of the piping bags, it just makes it a little bit easier. You can kind of bite it with a knife or whatever and kind of spread it yourself onto the piping bag. But I like to use the individual piping bags because it makes the quantity of icing, like per each color, a little bit more even. So I love this like Roy G. Biv effect, but you can also do different color combos. Like I've done like a pink and purple and white for a girl's birthday, and that's really super cute. But yeah, they're just gonna want to get nice even lines. Y'all can preview. Oh, immensely satisfying, this particular flower. Okay, so now you're going to roll this bad boy up. So you've got your saran wrap, so you're just going to want to give it kind of like this tight roll and just make the colors like really super even. So now we've got kind of this bag where they're all like pretty evenly striped in there. And then you kind of like tie it up off at the end, kind of like you're making like a little buttercream sausage kind of thing. Snip it. And now it's going to be open. So I'm going to set that aside, get my piping bag ready with my nozzle. Pop your nozzle down into the bottom and snip that. Oop, I didn't cut enough. Snip a little more if you have to. Okay, so now I've got my nozzle poking out the bag there. So then you flip it upside down and just slide this very carefully down into the base there. So now it's still on the saran wrap, but it's kind of aiming itself downward vertically into the bag, and just apply even pressure to the top of it to kind of get your bag all nice and filled up with rainbow icing. Okay, so now the fun part, doing the actual simple rose. So I've got 4 cupcakes here, and I like to twist the top of my piping bag so you've got like good pressure at the top, and so it'll squeeze out a little bit better for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and pipe in a circle. Oops, get that strip there. Just let it kind of flow evenly, and you're basically just going, start in the middle of the cupcake and just kind of circle your way around, and you can kind of finish it off with your finger at the end there. So we have a rainbow rose. So I'll do a couple more so y'all can see and kind of repeat that technique. So again, you just kind of start in the middle. You want to take your nozzle maybe like 1/4 of an inch off the top of the cupcake. And then you just kind of, again, that even pressure as you're pushing out of the bag, rotating it around the cupcake, not letting it drag. And just kind of it's kind of like a golf club. If you kind of just let the nozzle do the work for you. So, there you go. Just a couple more here. And it starts to get a little bit easier to pipe once there's actually less in the bag. That's one out. And the last one, here we go, rainbow rose. So I hope everyone's kind of liking the look of these, and maybe there's some kids at home thinking, oh my gosh, I can't wait to try that. And it is actually easier than it looks. Hopefully that's what everybody's thinking. So there's our 4th. Yep. So, how was that, Dave? Pretty good?
Oh my gosh. So go to our website, strategycore.com/H3. You can visit the Flower Bakery website. You can learn more about St. Jude's. But yes. I don't know if you know this, I'm kind of a big deal. And so I just knew when I learned these new skills from Courtney that I would be ready to put them to the ultimate test. And so with that in mind, allow me now to introduce my competitors who will battle with me in today's cupcake war. First, let me introduce you all to Clementine. Hello, Clementine.
Hi.
How old are you, Clementine?
4.
You're 4 years old, and what is your favorite cupcake flavor?
Cherry.
Oh my gosh. And I might add, you look very impressive in your yellow apron. You look like a professional baker. Yeah, thank you. All right. All right, and also I will introduce you all to Milo. Hey, Milo. How old are you, Milo?
8.
8. And what is your favorite flavor of cupcake?
Red velvet.
Red velvet. And my mom always said, beware of a baker that has his name on his apron in a cupcake battle. So I think I'm in trouble for today. So, oh my gosh, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for our cupcake war, Clementine and Milo? Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. All right, Courtney, you going to teach us your ways again?
All right, rock and roll, guys. So, y'all ready? Clementine, Milo, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Amazing. So everybody be sure to get out their piping bag. So it looks like you guys have already filled it up with maybe some of your favorite colors. So Milo, I see you have orange. Dave's got yellow. Clementine, what color do you have? Ooh, pink. That's perfect for you. Awesome. So what you're going to do is take that. Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
Start in the middle.
Start right in the middle. So straight up and down on your cupcake. And then you're going to push that icing out and make a little circle with your hand. So start to just rotate it around. Ooh, Dave's got the idea. And if it feels like too much icing in your hand, maybe do like press down like more halfway on the bag so it's not quite as much icing. So it's easier to get out.
Keep squeezing.
Oh, Dave, my goodness. I might have a new assistant.
Just because you guys are adorable kids doesn't mean I'm taking it easy on you.
Oh, Milo, you've got the right idea.
Oh my gosh, they're cranking it out. Let's see, Milo, how'd your first one turn out?
Ooh, very nice, Milo.
You show it? Okay.
All right, let's see what we can do on round 2 here.
Clementine, that looks amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That looks so good. Do you want to try another one?
In the color?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Let's see.
Oh, Dave, very nice.
Let's see, Clementine. Did you get a good one?
Push down hard. Keep squeezing.
Well,
It kind of makes your hand tired sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. My hand hurts too sometimes.
Is there such thing as a train wreck cupcake? I think that one's a train wreck right there.
They all taste the same at the end, though. That is the good thing about cupcakes.
That is the point. Uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble. I wonder who the audience thinks is going to win here so far. It's going to be a close one, I think. Now the question is, did my competitors bring secret weapons like I did? Did you bring it? Never trust a guy who has his name on his apron.
1, 2, 3. Is it sprinkle down?
Clementine has sprinkles too. I thought I was the only smart competitor here. You guys are bringing it.
Shake. Hard.
Uh-oh, y'all are bringing the rainbow.
All right, I think that's the best I can do right there.
Not bad at all.
You're a good teacher, Courtney. Look at Clementine go. She is shaking it out.
Oh,
Nice work.
Yay!
How yours turning out, Clementine? Let me see.
Pick it up and show the camera.
Rainbow stars.
Ooh, rainbow
Oh my
stars,
God.
Milo.
Ah.
Amazing.
Did you do that?
All right, Milo, you got your contest ready, cupcake ready?
Or something?
I'm gonna do pink.
Oh, Milo, you're so careful with those sprinkles. You have such a fine technique. Well done.
She's got it down. Look
Please.
at that.
Go ahead, push it down.
Milo,
You have
Clementine,
two new assistants, Courtney. You
I
got
was
two
going
new
to say,
assistants.
I think I'm hiring them. My husband better look out. He's going to be out of a cupcake assistant.
I like this one the best.
Milo is a machine. He's cranking them out.
I already got. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh, these are butterflies, not stars.
Courtney, is it a
Courtney, is it wrong to eat icing right from the piping bag? Is that
Yes.
discouraged?
Yes.
Courtney, is it best to put the tip inside the bag when you're making them?
Yes. Well, I don't know if I understand the question.
When you put the icing in the bag, did you put the tip down inside the bag
Yes.
or on the outside?
You put it in the bag. Sorry,
Yeah.
I should have specified. In the bag, cut the
You
tip.
did. It's beautiful.
I can see that causing an issue.
Oh my God! Awesome. All right, get your last shakes in. Let's see show me your best cupcake.
Ooh, Milo's
Take it
really
out
into
there, Clementine.
the fine details
Good shakes
here.
in there, Milo.
They're
Oh my gosh.
Here, I'm going to bring my computer a little closer so I can see.
Okay, now we have to pick a winner. Every cupcake war needs a winner.
Yes.
So I'm going to let our audience choose. We're going to hold our cupcakes up there again. Let's see what our audience thinks. Come on, audience. Let's see. All right, I'm counting up the scores here.
Ooh.
I had a feeling that this could happen, and so I was fully prepared to accept defeat. So I will concede this competition to my fair competitors. Now, this is a cupcake war, and every cupcake war needs trophies. So lucky for me that I anticipated that something like this just may happen. So I made some special 2020 Cupcake War champions, one for Clementine and one for Milo. Our trophies don't look very nice, but they are full of candy. So I'm hoping that makes up for mine. What do you think of that?
Wow.
All smiles.
Yeah, ask her. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Courtney, can I eat my cupcakes now?
I think so. I think you earned it.
All right.
Typing
So-
more.
Oh,
So Clementine, how do you feel about competing in your first cupcake war? How do you feel?
Good.
It makes you feel good, doesn't it, to win? Yeah, I knew you were going to crush me. And Milo, tell me how you feel about winning your first cupcake war.
Amazing.
It's an amazing feeling, isn't it? It is an amazing feeling. All right.
Yeah, you can take it back.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. The name of our show is The Happier Half Hour. So at the end of every show, I like to make a toast. And today, I would like to toast first the Flower Bakery and you, Courtney, and Josh, and all of the small businesses that are out there that are just making things go in a time like we're facing today. So cheers to all of you. I'd like to also toast St. Jude's and all the things that they do for kids that need help. And then I'd also like to toast my guests Clem and Milo, and I still can't believe how bad you guys stuck it to me. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. if you would, please go to our website, straightcore.com/H3. You'll find all of our episodes there and lots of links where you can donate to charities that need a hand. So thank you so much. Courtney, way to go. Awesome.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Cheers. A cupcake
All right,
cheers to
cheers,
y'all.
everybody. Let's go, everybody.